Sazzy fam, how are you all doing? I hope you're staying safe, you're keeping your loved ones safe, and you are staying happy as well. If you are new here, you're welcome to this channel. Thank you so much for coming here. We are on other social media platforms. On Facebook, we are No Gray Areas with Sazzy, and on Instagram, we are NGA with Sazzy. Please do well to like our post, share the videos, and of course drop your comments, because we would really love to hear from you all. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button somewhere, and also turn on your notifications so you can get those promptings when we upload a new video. So this is a new week, and we have a question for this week. Now the question reads, hello Sazzy, what is anxiety? How can this be caused? And what can possibly be the remedy or the treatment for anxiety? Like I told you, I planned a surprise birthday for my husband, and in all honesty, I experienced it firsthand. Now, truth is this, a lot of times we do not even understand what people go through until we walk 1 mile in their shoes. That's when we begin to understand what people go through. And boy, I tell you that I understood what anxiety really is. And it is a thing really in mental health. So anxiety. Now with this question, I can boldly tell you that there are certain things I can say about anxiety, because yes, I experienced it firsthand. Just briefly, okay? All right, so what is anxiety? Anxiety is your body's natural response to stress. That's just in totality, that's in a nutshell. Anxiety is your body's natural response to stress. And it is a feeling of apprehension, it's a feeling of nervousness, it's a feeling of fear that just consumes you for either reasons that you know of or reasons you cannot even express, reasons you don't even know about. These things can lead to anxiety, and there are things that could actually be causing this anxiety here and there. It could just be maybe you're starting a new course in a new school, and then you are just anxious, you don't know what you should expect and what will happen. Maybe you are relocating to a new city or maybe a new country. It comes with that anxiety of not knowing what to expect. Of course, you know about cultural shock when you relocate to another country. And then we also have people that want to do like a public speaking event or something. Maybe they call you to give a speech. These things come with, that anxious feeling. And then it could also be tied to environmental factors. It could stem out of genetic factors as well, natural factors as well. So all these things could lead one into having those panic attacks and even anxiety. Yes, a surprise party, you throwing a surprise party for a friend, a family member, or just a loved one could actually lead to some form of anxiety as well. Anxiety feels different depending on who is going through it. It is a different experience. It's a different, thing people feel basically. So it is a different experience for different people. People may not have, there is no particular way that these things happen, but there are symptoms. There are things that you could see or experience over and over again that you could just say, okay, I think this is what I am experiencing. And one of those symptoms could just be butterflies in your tummy. Yeah. Butterflies in your stomach. Yes, it could lead to it is a feeling of anxiety. Another feeling is your heart is racing, maybe a heart palpitation. Then you are struggling to breathe, difficulty in breathing. Another one could just be having nightmares, unnecessary nightmares that you really cannot explain. It could also be a painful thought that stems out of a bad memory that you're trying hard to let go. So all these things can lead to anxiety. There are some rapid breathing, restlessness, even abuse of alcohol, drugs, and other substances as well. Another could also be difficulty falling asleep. Another could be a total disconnect in your body and your mind. Total disconnect. Your body and your mind, they are not actually working hand in hand. All these things could just be symptoms of anxiety. Now, it is absolutely normal to feel anxious about certain uncertainties in life because, well, we're humans, and then we go through the daily pressures that comes with life. So certain things could just make you feel uneasy, make you feel anxious. And so, well, thankfully we know that it is not life-threatening. So this one we can tag it as ordinary anxiety, because it comes and goes. It's not something that stays. It's not part of your lifestyle. It just comes and goes. So we call this one ordinary anxiety. It's not threatening anybody's life. It's something that just keeps you on your toes, maybe keep you a teeny weeny worried, probably because you're starting a new business, or maybe you are engaging a new project or something, and then you are thinking about what the outcome will basically turn out to be. But if your feeling of anxiety is extreme and has been going on for way more than 6 months, then it's something to worry about. It's honestly something to worry about. And of course, when it becomes life-threatening, it's very important that you look into it and worry about these concerns, because this is exactly what leads into anxiety disorder. Yes, there is a thing called anxiety disorder, and we need to understand that it stems from, or is born out of, the constant anxiety attacks that you're having for way more than 3 months, 4 months, 6 months and beyond. So these things could lead to anxiety disorder, and we need to know how to tackle them and nip them at the bud. And anxiety disorder may stop you from enjoying your life. It may literally stop you from doing those things you enjoy doing on a daily basis. It can even make you not want to use an elevator. Yes, there are people that are outrightly scared of using the elevator, not just because they are acrophobic, but just because they are going through this anxiety panic, this anxiety disorder. They wouldn't want to use an elevator. They don't want to climb an escalator. They don't even want to go across the street. They don't want to drive in a car. They are looking behind them as they are walking on the street. It feels like there are people walking behind them or following them. These things happen to people. It's a serious thing. It's a disorder that people need to look into. Yes, it's a big deal. And that is the reason why we should not take it with a pinch of salt. Your life is in danger. You are feeling threatened somehow. You really cannot explain why you're feeling that way. It's a disorder, and it has to be fixed quickly so that you will not lose your mind. So what are these anxiety disorder we're talking about here? One can be panic disorder, where you panic over everything. You are feeling jittery over everything. People tap you and you are afraid. You really cannot operate normally as a normal human being should operate. It's a panic disorder. Another one could be a social anxiety disorder. This one is a type that happens with people that always want people to validate them. You want validation from people. You are afraid that people will reject you. You are afraid that people will not accept you the way you are. That is social anxiety disorder. Another one is obsessive compulsive disorder. When you are obsessed about making the house be a certain way, you want to keep the chair, it should not cross this line. Your kitchen should be this way. The rack must be on the left, not on the right. The tissue must be turned upside down, not down, up and side. The toothpaste should be this way and not that way. You are so obsessive about tiny things that do not really have too much value, that shouldn't place so much value on. You are obsessive about these things. That is a kind of disorder. Another kind of disorder, of course, is phobia. That's fear. It stems out of just anything and nothing. Fear stems out of anything and nothing. Nothing is honestly happening to you, but you are just afraid for no reason. Another one is separation anxiety disorder, where people are afraid of losing a friend, losing a spouse, losing a child, just generally being separated from people they love. So some persons have this separation anxiety disorder. Another one is illness anxiety disorder. Maybe you have been diagnosed with a particular condition, and it is honestly not life-threatening. Before you know it, you have relapsed into anxiety. You're thinking, what if I die? What if it leads to this? What if it leads to that? Maybe in your family lineage or your bloodline, there is this thing that happens to people, and it has not even happened to you, but you are losing your mind. You are going bonkers over the fact that it happened to A and it has to happen to you. So that one is illness anxiety disorder. Another one as well could be post-traumatic stress disorder. This one stems out of after going through a major issue, maybe a heartbreak, maybe the loss of a loved one, but after going through a very terrible situation, maybe rape or something. This one is post-traumatic stress disorder. It could make somebody go in, get so anxious, and before you know it, you start having several panic attacks. So these and many more could just be the types of anxiety that we have out there. So you just have to look inwards and understand what you are going through. Let me tell you this. It is he that is sick that needs a physician. And you have to honestly tell yourself the truth. When these things happen to you, you share with somebody or you look for help. You must ask for help. You must look for help. So your mind will not shut down. And the moment your mind shuts down, your body shuts down, you are almost losing your life. It's very important that you seek help as quickly as possible.